Today we are going to talk about Plantagenet kings, and earlier I have uploaded 3 videos in sequence, 2 on Saxon monarchy and the third video on Norman monarchy, and it is in this series the 4th video on Plantagenet kings. We are talking about British monarchy, and if you haven't watched all these videos, you can watch it going to the playlist on the name of Old English Literature videos. And let's start. First of all, of Plantagenet kings is Henry II. His time period of ruling is 1154 to 1189. Henry of Anjou was a strong king. He was a strong king, a brilliant soldier. He extended his French lands until he ruled most of France. And he brought his French lands to the extent of France, to the frontiers and to the border till France. He laid the foundation of English jury system and raised new taxes from the landholders to pay for militia force. And this man laid the foundation of system of justice and imposed new taxes on landlords for his army. Henry is mostly remembered for his call, and the famous man remembered for his call with Thomas Becket. And at the end, this Thomas Becket was subsequently murdered in the Canterbury Cathedral, and you can find it full narration of this murder in poetic drama written by T.S. Eliot on the name of the Murder in Cathedral, which was written in 1935. His sons turned against him in his favorite John, and his sons also hated this man, and his favorite John the most avoided or hated this man. The next monarchies in this series is Richard I, known for the famous name, the Lionheart. Time period of ruling is 1189 to 1199. Richard was the third son of Henry II. By the age of 16, he was leading his own army, putting down rebellions in France, and this man led down his army to press the rebellions in France. When he was more 16-year-old, you can see the achievement of this man. Although crowned King of England, Richard spent all but 6 months of his reign abroad. And though he was King of England, but he spent 6 months of his reign on foreign land, preparing to use taxes from his kingdom to fund his various armies. And he collected and accumulated all the taxes and funded with all the taxes to his armies and military ventures. He was a leading Christian commander during the Third Crusade, and when Third Crusade had happened, this man was a leading commander, you can say Christian commander at that time. On his way back from Palestine, Richard was captured and held for ransom, and when he was coming from Palestine, he was captured by some looter or man and held for ransom, and he was from him money was demanded. The amount paid for his safe return almost bankrupt the country, and the amount was so huge that it almost bankrupted or put on margin the country. Richard died from an arrow wound, and he died from an arrow wound far from the kingdom that he so really visited. And he had no children. This man had no children, and when he was far away from kingdom, and he was wounded by an arrow, and this man didn't visit so much this kingdom. Next monarchy, John. His time period of ruling is 1199 to 1216. John Lackland was his 4th child of Henry II. Short and fat, he was jealous of his dashing brother Richard I whom he succeeded. And from his appearance, he was short, fat, and he was jealous of his dashing brother. Dashing matal brother who is brave and mighty, warrior-like, Richard first. And this man hated this man, Richard first, whom he succeeded, and to Richard first he succeeded. He was cruel, self-indulgent, selfish, and avaricious. This man was cruel, self-indulgent, uh, selfish, and avaricious. Avaricious means greedy, and the raising of punitive tax united all the elements of society. And this man imposed a punitive tax, means tax like punishment. And this, what the this task of this man did is that this these punitive taxes united all the elements of society against this man, like clerical society and clerical man. The Pope excommunicated him, and the Pope, means church, excommunicated, discarded this man on 15th June 1215 at Ranmar. The barons compelled John to sign Magna Carta, and in 1215 Magna Carta was signed, and this man was compelled to sign the Great Charter, and it is a great charter which reinstated the rights of all his subjects. And this Magna Carta talks about the rights of the people, subject. John died from dysentery, a fugitive from all his enemies, and this man died from dysentery. It is a disease when in this disease inflammation happened in intestines. A fugitive from all his enemies, and he was a fugitive. A fugitive is a person who escapes or run away from place to place secretly, who travels secretly. He has been termed the worst English king, and this man was famous for his achievement, the worst English king. Henry III, time period of ruling is 1216 to 1272. Henry was 9 years old when he became king. At the very age of 9, he became king, brought up by priests, and he was nurtured by priests. He became devoted to church, and he was a religious man, and devoted to church himself, art and learning. He was a weak man, dominated by churchmen, and easily influenced by wife's French relations. And this man was dominated by church and has influence of his wife's French relations. In 1264, Henry was captured during the rebellion of barons led by Simon de Montfort. When Simon de Montfort led the rebellion, this man was captured and was forced to set up a parliament at Westminster, the start of the House of Commons. And from here, the starting of the House of Commons happened. And he was the greatest of all patrons of medieval architecture, and this man was the patron of medieval architecture and ordered the rebuilding of Westminster Abbey in the Gothic style. And this man ordered that Gothic style should be followed in while the Westminster Abbey is rebuilding. And that is the end of the Plantagenet hierarchy of monarchs. And now in the next video we will talk about other kings like Tudors and the other kings. Stay connected and stay tuned with me. Thanks a lot to visit this channel. Thank you.